Shush. Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were opened.
I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory, and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. Psalm 110. The Lord said unto my Lord, Sit thou at my right hand, until I make thine enemies thy footstool. The Lord shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion. Rule thou in the midst of thine enemies. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. In the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning, thou hast the dew of thy youth. The Lord hath sworn, and will not repent. Thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. The Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath. He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with the dead bodies. He shall wound the heads over many countries. He shall drink of the brook in the way. Therefore shall he lift up the head.
Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessing salutation to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and what I want to get into today, all right, is dealing with, kingdom minded and how it's a lifestyle. All right, kingdom minded is a lifestyle. Okay, and what we have to understand. Matter of fact, let me get this scripture. So when you go here to 2 Corinthians 13, might be 1 Corinthians. All right, but what we have to understand, as we been brought, into this faith, and as we grow in understanding, all right, that this thing is not, about being cute. It's not a thing of being trending, okay? It's not a thing of being popular, okay? It's not something, that we play dress up. It actually becomes a lifestyle, and that's why we have to be born again, okay, and reared up in righteousness and really be mature. Because you read this in 1 Corinthians 13 and 11, it says, when I was a child, I spake as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things, okay? And as we, all right, are becoming mature, all right, in the faith, because we had to be born again. Because one thing about America, it keeps us in the childlike mindset. America keeps us, it kept us in a very childlike mindset. And you see how people are today, And one of the things that makes it seem so strange is we see how people react. You know, we have this latest example, you know, with you know, the election results. Okay, and you see the reaction of people. You know, it's like a bunch of children. You know, it's like a bunch of children not getting what they want and throwing tantrums. Well, that's what America cultivates is, you know, children. You know, people that are forever in a childlike mindset. Okay, that's why they argue about the dumbest things. They talk about the dumbest things. Okay, the same arguments. You see, it's an argument of a child. You know, you have the argument of what is a woman. Okay, and it shows you how base society has gotten to where you got to argue what a woman is. Okay, men and women arguing about gender roles. That shows you how base this society is. Okay, that is an argument about abortion. You know, the fact that these things are arguments. All right, that shows you how base of a society we live in. Okay, but as we become born again in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, He's raising up a kingdom, and that's why Yahushua, all right, as we mature, you know, we become engulfed, okay, on more serious matters. Okay, and that's why, you know, the Spirit has separated us from, you know, our old circumstances, our old way of thinking, and even the majority of the people that we're around, because the Lord has us, you know, engulfed in more serious matters. You know, the things that we just spent hours talking about and discussing, okay, we barely talk about. Okay, the things that we used to idolize, we despise. All right, and that's because we're becoming kingdom-minded. We're developing a ruling class mentality, man. Okay, and when you go here, because the Lord, you know, always wanted us, okay, to be in power, but we had to get the experience. You know, we had to be brought low, you know, before we will be brought high. And the Lord is dealing with us in the trenches. You know, He's refining us in these lower states. You know, we're being refined, all right, in our lowest condition ever. So we can be prepared for our highest position ever. You know, and it's going to be eternal. All right? That's why you get this in Isaiah 48. Okay, Isaiah 48:10, it says, "Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction." Okay, so the Lord is refining us, okay, but not with silver, and we're being chosen in the furnace of affliction. So we're becoming built, okay, for those lots to be joint heirs with Yahushua in this affliction. So everything, you know, had to play out exactly how it played out. You know, it was meant for us to go off as a people. It was meant for Deuteronomy 15 and 68 to take places, because the Lord, all right, He wanted to refine us and develop us in this affliction. Okay? We're being perfected through suffering. Yahushua, He was perfected in His suffering. You know, and we follow that light. Okay, and waking up into the truth in this captivity, all right, is making us appreciate righteousness, man. You know, and He's pretty much making us thirst for it. Okay, while we're becoming kingdom-minded. You know, as we walk around, you know, as we're out and about in our day-to-day, what are we doing? We're always judging situations. You know, we're always thinking of precepts when we see things. Okay, it's making us, you know, kingdom-minded. You know, how we deal, you know, as men. Okay, as you know, it was once upon a time when we was just driven, you know, by our lust, man. Okay, now we operate in righteousness. Now we operate in purpose, man. Okay. Now, you know, we're learning restraint and patience. Okay. And you go into, you know, the mind of a king will have great restraint. You know, because the king will have the most, you know, responsibility. Okay, so he will have to have the most restraint. Okay, he will have to be the most level-headed in the realm. You know, the most balanced. Okay, because there was a lot of people that depended on his decision making. Okay, and the Lord, you know, puts us in positions, okay, of leaders. You see, and we have to operate, you know, as a king. You know, we say, you know, we throw that word around a lot. Well, that's a lot, you know, responsibility that comes with that. All right, the perks are the easy part. You know, the perks that come with being a king, you don't have to train for that. You know, the women, you know, the drinking, the eating, you know, the fame, you know, those are things that don't have to be trained for. Okay, but the discipline, you know, the repetition, the restraint, you know, those things have to, you know, be instilled. You know, so the Lord put us in these positions so he can instill certain traits in us, okay, for the kingdom to come. Before we're restored as those judges, you know, we're being purged, you know, to where we begin to operate like kings before we're in the kingdom. The discipline of a king, the leadership of a king, the integrity of a king, the patience of a king, okay? Because to enjoy resources, it don't take any training to do that. All right, that's the easy work. You see? So you go here, all right, and Yahweh Shai was always, let's get this I think that's Luke 17. And 21. It's Luke 17 and 21. It says, neither shall they say, lo here or lo there, for behold, the kingdom of the Most High is within you. Okay? So Yahweh Shai was telling the disciples, you know, which were, you know, the leaders, all right, which are going to be those, you know, kings right under Yahweh Shai. Okay? And also they represent the first fruits. He was letting them know that the kingdom is within you. And that's why, you know, we're already operating like a government in this truth. You know, starting with the elder apostles, okay, as the head. Then you have the bishops, okay, and the elders, you know, the main camp, elders in, you know, different cities, and there's order amongst it, you know. Second and third, then you have your officers, and you see. So the Lord has us functioning as a government now. Okay? The way we deal, you know, certain decrees go out, you know, across the body, you know, because there's certain things that happen in the earth and we react as a government will react. Okay? When the juice came out, okay, well, the order came from up top, all right, not to take it. And that's how a government functions. You see, from the top down. All right, so, and that's how you be efficient. You see, whenever you have, you know, channels, okay, of authority, they go from top to bottom, bottom to top. You know, some things work their way up, some things come down. You know, but that's how governments operate. Okay, those channels, you know, of order. You know, and order is based on efficiency. You know, order is not, you know, for clout, because everybody is built for whatever lot, you know, the Lord gave them. You see? But we're starting to maneuver, you know, and operate, you know, as a government. And Yahushua said the kingdom, okay, is within us, man. You know, how we operate, how we think, the way we believe. You see? So we're starting to become kings before we get into the kingdom. You know? When Yahushua, Lord willing, we endure, when Yahushua places those crowns, all right, that's that's gonna be the proclamation to the world. Okay? But Yahushua is already dealing. That's why, all right, I always get this one, Philippians 1:6. And it says, being confident of this very thing, that he which have begun a good work in you will perform it unto the day of Yahushua HaMashiach. And who is that have begun a good work in us? Okay, that's Yahushua. All right, and what is he making? You know, he's making his joint heirs. He's hands-on with building his joint heirs, man. Okay, and that same refining process he went through, he's putting us through the same process that the Father put him through. He's putting us through that process, man. Okay, the afflictions, you know, being an outcast, being lied on. Okay, you see, being vexed. Okay, everybody's unreasonable. You know, having to sacrifice, you know, financially, you know, for the ministry, you know. You see, being about the Father's business. Okay? So, Yahushua, you know, is dealing with all his joint heirs hands-on. Okay? And he's forging kings in affliction, man. Till we start thinking a certain way. That's why if we find ourselves in the same circumstance, that means we're not getting it. It's something we ain't getting. It's adjustments that we not making, that we find ourselves in the same scenario, in the same circumstance over and over again, where there's something that we not getting. Okay? And Yahushua forcing us to get it, you know? and Yahushua don't deal like the matriarch, you know, passive, you know, let you, you know, get to the next level and you're not ready. Okay? Give you, you know, credit for trying. No, you gotta change. You gotta, hell no. You know? Yahushua, he want us to develop, to change. You know? He want us to operate a certain way. If he's gonna leave you in charge of a province in his realm, hey, we gotta be built a certain way. Okay? So kingdom mind is a lifestyle, man. You know? And one thing about a king, all right, he didn't waste time, he didn't waste resources, and he didn't waste words. Okay? You know, it was hard, you know, especially, you know, a king that was, you know, over empire, you know, to where he had other governments answering to him. You know, you didn't just get an audience with him. You know, the king was very particular of who had access to him. Okay, he was very particular of how much time you had access to him. All right, and it wasn't, you know, no thing of him, you know, being stuck up at this world to say or proud. Like, nah, he just occupied. All right, you ain't got time to waste resources. You know, like as a king, you know, he will have, you know, a control over economy. You know, So he didn't have time to waste resources, because you never know, war could break out at any time. So as a king, he understood, and this is a wise king, because you had foolish kings, okay? and they wouldn't be disciplined, and we see the results. We will see the results of, but just going into a wise king, he was very particular for who had access to him, okay? Where his resources was going, okay? And where his time was going, and then like I say, he didn't waste words. Okay, that's why even with look at King Nebuchadnezzar. All right, he had to. You look at King Darius. When he made that decree about the lion's den. Okay, well, he had to do that because he gave his word. And as a king, your word was everything. You see, you couldn't just say stuff, just be shooting the shit. Okay, when you said particular things, you had to stand on it. So as we, mature in this thing, man, like we really got to stand on everything we believe. As a king, we gotta start dominating the flesh, dominating our time, understanding, how things work. That's another thing. We speak about, being kingdom-minded. Well, you kingdom-minded, you get into things, man. Matter of fact, I think I got that other day. Let's see, Kings, search, it's in Proverbs. Yep, this is Proverbs 25:2. It said, "It is the glory of the Most High to conceal a thing, but the honor of a king is to search out a matter." Okay, so it's a king's honor to search things out, man. And you go into particular different rulers, even of other nations. Of course, King David, King Solomon. They were searching things out. Like King Solomon gave himself over, to just research. He gave himself over to that, man, to find out, how things operate. Okay, now we're, much more limited in our time. Okay, but we do have the convenience of, quick information, documentaries and, books and brothers doing lessons and all these different things. We have, convenience, to get into things, man. Understand how things work. Understand history. Understand our history, man. Like that's, as a king, you will have to know, the histories of everyone around you. As a young prince, you will be learning different languages. You will be learning different histories of other kings, and you will be learning about this battle and that battle and this general. Okay. A king, a prince, most of his day, he was being tutored. You see? Most of his day was spent him being tutored. Okay? In preparation for rulership. Okay? So, as we, in this time, because we go here, because it's like the Most High has hidden so much wisdom in the earth. It has the, but he gave us, the means to search these things out. All this wisdom that's in the scriptures, but he giving us, all these different, access. I read something. A matter of fact, I think it in the GNT. Yep, it's in the GNT. There's a spirit that it's up. But you gonna go here to the book of I think it's Sirach. Yep, it's the book of Sirach, chapter 50. Oh, get out of there. All right, it's the book. No, 51. This is Sirach 51 and 23 in the GNT. It says, "Come to me, all you that need instruction, and learn in my school. Why do you admit that you are ignorant and do nothing about it? Here is what I say. It costs nothing to be wise. It costs nothing to be wise." Okay? Like the Lord has really made it, to where we have all the convenience needed, to where we can be self-taught in a lot of things. Okay? Because us being born again, and learning everything over, because Esau's school curriculum just taught us how to be slaves in his system. You learn how to read and write and do just enough math to work, okay, in his plants and his jobs, or if you want to be more advanced, so you learn more reading and math and computer, okay, to work in his jobs, okay. But as we see, we missed a lot of true wisdom in Esau's curriculum. So now, as we've been born again, we're learning everything, man. Of course, we learn the scriptures and the history that goes with the scriptures, and we learn certain Hebrew, and okay. But now, we have the ability to learn about our body, how the body works, how the earth works, man. Certain things dealing with nature, the herbs, the stones, certain smells, okay. Learning how to make things with our hands is like, and that's the and it costs us nothing, because we got phones anyway. So the Bible apps are free. You can watch YouTube documentaries for free, how-to videos for free, a video on this for free. You know what I'm saying? So it really, the Lord has it set up to where it costs nothing to be wise. It's just a thing of sacrificing that time. And of course, like always, the scriptures is the foundations, because we filter everything through the scriptures, because it's a lot of, misinformation. So we filter everything through the scriptures, and the Lord be guiding us. Like when we really get to searching for wisdom, we get to learning things, like the Lord guide us, He be guiding our research, you see. But that stuck out to me last night. I was reading it, before I went to bed, in verse 25, when it says, this is Sirach 51:25. Here's what I say. It costs nothing to be wise, okay? Put on the yoke and be willing to learn. The opportunity is always near, okay? So it costs absolutely nothing to be wise, and there's always an opportunity to increase. We should always be in the mindset of learning a little more today than we did yesterday. It's just like putting on muscle or losing weight. Okay, the thing is to lose just a little bit more weight today, all right, than you weighed yesterday. Gain a little more muscle today, okay, than you gained yesterday. And over time, you see the results. And that's how it is with wisdom, okay? Consistency, always taking the opportunity to learn a little more today than what we knew yesterday. And over time, hey, you become wise. Okay? And that's why the elders, all right, especially in our land, all right, they were considered precious, the elders, all right. And that's why the elders were considered men of value, because the body of wisdom that they collected over the years, and not only through research and studying, but living, they life experiences, okay, which gives us substance to the things we read, because there's nothing that gives us substance like actual life experience, because we can read and research, all right, but without those actual experience, we really don't have no substance. We really don't have the wisdom of true application, So the elders, will be valuable. Even the elderly women, the elderly women, all right, will be valuable because of all the experience that they will have. Okay? When it comes to dealing, with the things of a woman. You see? That's why, you look at our grandmothers, it was like they made it look easy, to cook for, 15, 20 people. Okay. Nurse 3 or 4, infant children at one time, plus watching the toddlers, and they made it look easy. At the main time, still doing their daily chores with the clothes, and like damn, you look back on it, they made it look easy. You see, but that's their experience. You see, so as we mature in this thing and really tap into wisdom, and the Lord takes us through experiences. That's why certain experiences, are needed. Okay? Even this whole thing with us falling away, the sons of God, starting with Adam, us falling away, King Solomon, going off in the latter end, and the kingdom being split, and us going into these captivities until this present day. Those things was needed for us to get this experience, man. But the Lord's intent was always to give his sons, all right, the rulership and authority in the earth. Okay, ultimately within existence, man. Okay, this is a long time coming. Matter of fact, let's get that. All right, I don't know what it say in the GNT. All right, this is the book of Second Ezra. Second Ezra 2 and 10. This is Second Ezra 2 and 10. It said, the Lord says to Ezra, announce to my people that I will give them the kingdom of Jerusalem, which I have planned to give Israel. So it was always the Lord's intention, to give us, all right, the kingdom, rulership of the earth. Okay, but we had to go through those experiences. We had to get those experiences and be, and understand why wickedness can't flourish in the earth. We had to go to captivity to where we had no power, no say-so in the earth affairs, okay, and be vexed by the results of poor leadership, The Lord did all these things were necessary, man. All right, and it's perfecting us. And Yahweh Shai is dealing hands-on with us in these circumstances. Lord will we those men. But it's always the Lord's intention, okay, to give, the rulership of the earth to his sons. you know. But our mind got to be right first. You see, going back to kingdom mind, our mind had to get right, and he's doing it within this captivity. Okay, so let's go here. And I got two more. This is Luke 12 and 32. It says, "Fear not, little flock." All right, speaking to Israel, the same people, from 2nd Ezra 2 and 10. "For it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom." Yeah, so it's the Heavenly Father's good pleasure to give us the kingdom. But first, we had to get our minds right. See, because we done had the kingdom before. We done had rulership multiple times, but our mind wasn't right. Okay, and this captivity, okay, the sole purpose was to get our minds right. Okay, those the joint heirs. Okay, the leadership. You see, those first fruits, the rest of the elect, you know, men. Okay, and we had to get purged. We had to get afflicted. You know, then he's gonna give us the kingdom in due season. All right, but we should be kingdom minded now. You know, I say everything we do should have a purpose of forwarding ourselves and our situation in righteousness, man. Okay, we can do that now. Okay, that's why it ain't the time to be too caught up in the world. Nah, we got kingly business to handle, man. That's another thing. We work for the king. You know, we really gotta understand. We work for King Yahushua, Malak Yahushua. We're his servants. Okay, so we can't spend a lot of time engulfed in the world. Okay, we can't just be out here wilding, you know, with Eve, and you know what I'm saying. Even with a woman, like, hey, even that should be a purpose. Because when if we're growing in Yahushua, we should operate to forward ourselves, which forwards Yahushua. We're forwarding ourselves in Yahushua. You know, everything we do, Yahushua should benefit from in some type of way. You know, that's what being a servant is, where your master benefits in everything that you do. Okay, and the Lord rewards us, man. He gives us, you know, things here and there. He gives us time, you know, to kick it. Okay, but then there's a time to work. There's a time to refrain. Okay, but every move that we making should be about forwarding, all right, the interests of Yahushua. Okay, and being about, you know, the king's business. I say we really got to move, you know, like, hey, we're serving the king. Okay, so our time is not our time like it used to be. No, hey, there's a higher calling on our time. You see, it's way beyond anything of this world. All right, so let's get this in Isaiah chapter 1. Okay, let's get this in Isaiah 1 and Isaiah 1 and 26. It says, "And I will restore thy judges as at the first, and thy counselors as at the beginning. Afterward thou shalt be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city." Okay, matter of fact, let me read this in 25. I jumped the gun. Isaiah 1 and 25. "And I will turn my hand upon thee, and purely purge away thy dross." Okay, and the Lord is going to purge away 2/3, which all of them are the filth. Okay, and like I say, this election shows you, you know, how filthy, all right, the majority of our people have gotten, and they're going to be purged away. But also on the individual level, the Lord, remember, is hands-on. Who's the hand of the Heavenly Father? Yahushua. So Yahushua, all right, is hands-on with purging the elect, all right, in this grace period, and getting away their dross, their filth, those unwanted qualities that we develop, okay, under westernization, man. Okay, that we developed, all right, in America and Babylon. Okay, so Yahweh Shai's hands on with purging us, from those unwanted qualities, man. Okay, and pouring into us those wanted qualities. You see, and it says, and take away thy tin, and I will restore. Okay, then we're gonna restore. Then he's gonna put us in authority. Okay, well, he wants to see us to start moving like kings now. Okay, well, I don't throw that word around loosely. Okay, but we should behave in that manner now. We should move as highborn now. Okay, moving with intention and purpose, not just, winging it. Nah, man, we moving with intent. We building. Okay, and Yahweh Shai, he wants us to start thinking like that now. Then the kingdom is coming. Okay, because he gonna do the heavy lifting. He gonna wage the war, and you see all these other things. Okay, so going on, it says, I will restore thy judges at the first, and thy counselors at the beginning. Afterward, thou shalt be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city. Okay, because we're going to be changed. The law is going to be within us. All right, perfected. And we're being, developed now. We're developing a mindset. Okay, that ruling class mentality and righteousness now. Okay, so yeah, man, this thing is a lifestyle. We should be, living in a way, to where we're operating and forwarding the interests of Yahweh Shai. Discipline, fortitude, okay? Wisdom, getting into things, man. All right, with all this grace period we had, we shouldn't be basic in nothing. The brothers gonna, got their gifts and their lots, but nobody should be basic in anything, man. Like, nah, So, that's the point. I leave it there. Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters will edify till next time I say shalom. Kwam Yashala, Bible Ball soon, shalom.